How to sell puppies in 2023. Has much changed? Are there new techniques? Are there new methods when it comes to selling puppies, moving your puppies, getting puppies into new homes in 2023? You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned. I got little mama right here. We're taking her to the vet. We're just waiting for my wife to come out. We're gonna get her a nice little health checkup and things like that, get her health certificate and whatnot. So first of all, this episode is sponsored by Breeders' Pride. I love their products. I use their multivitamins. I use their fish oil for all my dogs. It works great. They have some of the most important products that you need to have as a breeder, so definitely make sure to go check them out. So let's get started. What's going on, Bully fam? It's your boy, the educated, the scientist, Mr. Double Muscle Line Bulls, bringing you another episode of Breeders Hacks. So today we're going to be talking about selling puppies, moving puppies, relocating puppies. Oh, the list goes on. Rehoming puppies in 2023 as a breeder. I did an episode like this like a year or two ago, and I just wanted to give you guys a fresh, updated episode telling you guys everything that I've learned that has worked for us, the great success that we've had with certain techniques, certain things that maybe we no longer do, things like that, just to give you guys a fresh, updated version of really, as a breeder, one of the most important things, which is getting homes for your puppies. There's definitely some things that I want to add to this particular episode, so you're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to stay tuned to the end. When it comes to selling puppies as a breeder, you need to have a list of clientele ready to purchase your puppies. The biggest mistake I see any breeder make is they wait until the puppies are born. The puppies are here, and all of a sudden then they're trying to sell puppies, and then they really are having a hard time trying to sell the puppies because of the fact that they waited until the puppies were here to start promoting the litter and the breeding and so on and so forth. One of the biggest things, number one, what I'm gonna say is make sure you start growing on social media. Social media is probably one of the most, if not the most important thing that you need to do as a breeder. You need to get social proof. You need to have pictures. Pictures is going to be a very big thing, and just showing that you're a real person and you're not some kind of scammer, that when somebody comes and sees, someone sees your page or whatever, or hears of you, that they can feel comfortable and confident purchasing a dog with you. So social media is super important, super important. If you're not on social media, then you're significantly losing out on the potential customers that you could have. You're almost, to a degree, as a new breeder, I hate to say it, almost non-existent.
You don't exist.
Social media is so important. I can't stress this enough. So definitely, I would recommend getting on the major social media platforms. I would recommend getting on Facebook, getting on Instagram, getting on TikTok, and getting on YouTube. In my opinion, those are like the 4 most important platforms that you need to be on in order to be recognized and being able to grow a clientele base, so that then you can turn around and show puppies once they're born and have them readily sold. I would highly recommend, being on those 4 platforms. Now, some key things to be mindful of, just like we talked about in the 2022 episode. When Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or any of these platforms come out with new features, for example, like YouTube has shorts, TikTok allows you to upload longer videos. I think right now the max is like 7 minutes. Instagram allows you to do longer videos as well. And now they offer their own version of shorts, which is Reels. YouTube offers shorts. With all these platforms and their new features, they want more people on their platforms. They want more people using these new features because they want to know and they want to be sure that these new features are a success. So they're going to give you extra reach, extra engagement. If you use one of TikTok's new features or YouTube's new features or Instagram's new features, they're going to show your content, your pictures, your videos of your dogs to more people because it's a new feature. They want people to use it. So that's just a little tick, a little tip, a little trick to be mindful of when it comes to social media and using that. And the key thing is you just want to get pictures and videos of your dogs in their natural state. I mean, ideally, like not in cages and stuff like that. You really want to show them in like your home setting, you know, whether it's in the backyard, whether you're taking them to a nice place, things like that, and just showcasing your dogs. So that's one thing for social media. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Having a social media platform, growing on it, you'll get people who will follow you if they like the content and the dogs that you're putting out there. So that's one of the biggest things. Number two, I would say a website. The reason why I say a website is it transitions to the next thing, is a website and a waiting list. I feel like a waiting list is so underrated. It's not really used as much anymore, but it's so powerful because of the fact that if you have a waiting list, and especially like for us, we have a waiting list and people pay to be on our waiting list. And the reason why they pay to be on the waiting list is it shows that that is people who are very interested and very serious about getting a dog from us. So it's like a commitment from them that we're willing to put some money down to be on your waiting list. So when you do have something available, we're in line to purchase. And it also, like I said, it gets a commitment from them. So now, because they put money down to be on your waiting list, they're not as likely to now turn around and they find a puppy from another breeder or whatever. They're waiting for specific dogs from you. To me, I think that's so important. I think it's a lot of people do not utilize it. They wait until they have puppies and then they're struggling to try to sell their puppies. A waiting list would have been perfect because if you would have had somebody interested 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a month ago, you're simply just taking a small amount. It's like a deposit or something like that, but it's even smaller than what we charge for a deposit. And all that does is it allows us to see who's interested in the dogs and allowing them to get first pick and first dibs when stuff is available. So I think that's super important. I don't think enough breeders do it. And for us, it's been phenomenal because the minute puppies are available, they're gone. So that's what you want as a breeder. You want homes readily available, and you don't want to have to, sit on puppies for too long or anything like that. You want them to have great homes ready when you're ready to send them off. So that's super important in my opinion, is having a waiting list. And depending on how you have the website set up, like ours, people can pay to be on their waiting list right from the website. So if I'm not available, say the person's on the website at 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and I'm asleep, my wife's asleep, everybody's asleep, they can still pay to be on the waiting list, and then in the following morning, we can go ahead and add them to it, and they're already added to the list. So I think it's an amazing, powerful tool that a lot of more of the old school breeders use and used, but a lot of the newer breeders don't use it as much. And like I said, it's a very powerful tool in my opinion, to have a list of people waiting and actually have put money down to wait to be on your list. So when you do have puppies, they're usually already sold. So I would definitely jump on a waiting list, just in my opinion. Also, what goes hand in hand with your website is also just making sure you have tons of information and pictures of your dogs and things like that, so the customer feels confident when they want to go ahead and join your waiting list or purchase a dog from you or anything like that. There's complete transparency. They see what you're about. They see your dogs. They see the bloodlines or whatever the case it may be. And that's big. That's extremely big. When I first got into dogs, that was something I was looking for when it came to looking for the right dogs from the right breeders. And number 3 is testimonials. Make sure when you actually do sell dogs, you do sell puppies, you get pictures of the clients with their dogs. Updates later on. If you go to breedershacks.com, you go to our website, you'll see there's testimonials of people who have gotten dogs from us. That's super important. You want to have those testimonials so that then people know that you're legitimate, and people can also maybe even ask for references. They can go ahead and reach out to the people that have placed testimonials or whatever and say, hey, I'm thinking about getting a dog from so-and-so. I want to see, what was your business transaction like? Were they helpful? If you ever had an issue with the dog, were they there for you? Things like that, whatever the case it may be. So testimonials is another big thing. And you can place the testimonials on your website. You can also place testimonials on your social media platforms. But really, those two things are going to go hand in hand, making sure that you have testimonials so that people also see, wow, he does great business. That's going to help so much. And the final tip and trick is just to be mindful to be professional. Having proper puppy contracts, having proper stud contracts. All these things are super important, because if you come off as very professional, even if you're new into the game and you carry yourself like a big name kennel, like a very professional kennel, in due time, you'll reflect that to newer purchasers, newer buyers. You're going to give that image. They're going to perceive you that way. And in due time, you'll become a big name kennel. You'll become a big name breeder because of how professional you conduct yourself and you carry yourself. And hey, you guys can go to breedershacks.com and go to the information center, and we have all the puppy contracts, health records, stud contracts, dog contracts. Everything is there. All the templates are there for you to use. So there's no reason as to why you can't conduct yourself in a professional manner. So that's going to go a very long and a very far way, because when a customer buys a dog from you, and they see their experience, and then maybe they're talking to someone else, or they deal with another breeder because they're thinking about getting another dog, and they see how unprofessional maybe another person is to you, they're going to keep coming back to you because of the amount of professionalism. It really does go a long way, and it's going to make you, it's going to separate you from everyone else. So those are some key tips and tricks to be mindful of. I see my wife coming out, so we got to get ready to go, but I just want to share that with you guys real quick, guys. So those are the key things to be mindful of, is you want to carry yourself very professionally, use proper contracts, things like that. Don't appear like a backyard breeder, because you'll be perceived as one. If you have everything professionally put together, you have maybe health records, you have a nice going away puppy care kit when the person takes their dog, they're all going to remember that, and they're going to compare that to any other breeder that they encounter. You want to stand out, you want to be memorable, be professional. The second thing is social media. I can't stress enough how important social media is, and being consistent with how you post content. So content can easily be just your dog's looking good. It could be anything to that degree. Pictures, video, you want to have all that. And the larger your albums are, the more videos and pictures you have, the more trusting, more than likely, the person will be like, wow, this person has been doing this for quite some time. I see they're consistently posting, so they definitely have dogs. They're not a scammer, more than likely, things like that. So that's something to be mindful of. You don't have to go too crazy with the social media platforms, because, for example, like Facebook, you can link that to your Instagram. So every time I post on Instagram, it uploads also automatically on Facebook. So I'm not like doing double work. It's doing the work for me. You can take your material from YouTube and also upload it to TikTok. So it allows you to take the same information, the same content, the same pictures, the same videos, and grow on all these platforms. And what's so important about that is, because if you ever get removed from any of these platforms, right? Because some platforms, they're just really not dog breeder friendly. Like Facebook, if you put a dog for sale, a puppy for sale, you'll probably get removed or banned or restricted for X amount of days. So growing on multiple platforms is going to be huge, And like we talked about, waiting lists. Waiting lists are super important and key when it comes to finding clients that are super interested, but you may not have puppies right now. So rather than that client going to someone else, spending their money and getting a puppy, they can lock in with you, and they'll be willing to wait on you and get a puppy from you, rather than saying, oh, well, I don't know when this guy's gonna have some puppies, I'm just gonna go with somebody else. So that'll also allow you to lock in customers and just show who's really serious and who's not. So just be mindful. Remember, always promote your brand, always promote your kennel. That's gonna be key even when you don't have puppies. So when you do have puppies, they're easily going to be able to sell. So that's my thoughts, my ideas. Those are my tips and tricks when it comes to selling puppies in 2023. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.